It is clear that this NDP government has mismanaged electricity and Albertans are stuck with the bill. NMAX transferred the carbon credits to the balancing pool and received $5 million in the settlement over the PPA agreements. This PPA scandal is costing us up to $2 billion. To the Minister, why did you hide these numbers last week? $2 billion would have brought Green Line LRT to suburban Calgary without any carbon tax.
The Honourable Minister of Energy.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the question. You know, just over a year ago, we took action to protect Alberta families, and pleased to say we've settled all PPA disputes with companies and provided a loan, as was mentioned, to the balancing pool. You know, Mr. Speaker, if we had not acted, customers would have seen great spikes in their bills, and in fact, in this next coming while, their bills will be 78% below what they would have been had we not taken action, Mr. Speaker.
For supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given NMAX has lost $30.3 million last year, and given the third quarter financial report of the NDP government showed borrowing of $650 million for the balancing pool, why is the NDP government denying dividends to Calgarians who own NMAX and saddle Alberta taxpayers with a multi-billion-dollar burden for the NDP's mismanagement?
The Honourable Minister.
You deserve better research.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You know, we're pleased to have concluded the agreement with NMAX, and as it was stated many times last week, on that agreement, there is no impact on Albertans, as was very clearly stated. It was a question of turning in carbon credits for an offset, and the company clearly does belong to Calgary. And this agreement is good for NMAX, it's good for the owners of NMAX, and it's good for our province, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given the record price of 3.7 cents per kilowatt hour set in round 1 of the Renewable Electricity Program auctions, and since round 2 and 3 are underway, will the Minister admit that the record prices does not include the price to build the new transmission lines all over Alberta or the cost to build the backup natural gas plants? Why is your NDP hiding the real cost to the consumers and taxpayers?
The Honourable Minister.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And yeah, we were very pleased to get record-setting prices in our first REP auction of 3.7 cents.
That's right, you were.
You know, Alberta is blessed with a fairly robust system, Mr. Speaker, and the projects that were chosen are right near the line, and there will be no extra costs for that, because that's the way we planned it, and that's the way it's going to be. Thank you.